Okay. You know it. I know it. She's not going away. She's here to stay. This isn't the first time. This probably won't be the last time. But I got her. Yay. When I said I wanted to learn how to play Commander, I don't know if this is what I meant. I don't know if this is what I meant. But it's what we're going to do. I have seen a lot of people online receiving these and them coming with missing cards or incorrect cards. So this is going to be interesting. So we're going to open this up, make sure all the cards are correct, take a look at the beautiful Hatsune Miku cards, and I hope you enjoy this unboxing. I don't know. I know that there is a Soul Ring Hatsune Miku card, and I saw posts about how when this came out, there was a lot of people talking about the Soul Ring going up in price because of this deck. So, as we go through this deck, let me know down in the comments if you like Hatsune Miku. Don't crucify me. I don't know what that group is that she's a part of. I have no idea. I am not a fan. Not really. Don't even know if I've heard a single song. So, but this is what the cool kids are doing. Nothing like getting a Hatsune Miku Commander deck. Alright, the grand reveal here. I think it opens like this. Thank you for being a part of a secret lair. Look at that. Kind of reminds me of the Stardew Valley ones, except it's obviously smaller. And here it is. So here is the deck. You can't see it on camera. It's kind of showing through there the Hatsune Miku name. Let's open this bad boy. There it is. Comes with its own deck box. Oh, look. There's the girl herself. All silver. So in this Secret Lair Commander deck, we have reprints of Trostani, Archangel of Thune. We've got Grand Crescendo, Cultivate, Finale of Devastation, Song of the World Soul. We have Halo Fountain. Let us. Let's just open. There it goes. Ba-da-da-da. What is this? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a Hatsune Miku life counter. Wow. That's cool. I don't think I knew that that was in this, but I'm going to remove that. Insert. Okay. What is this? Oh, is this a little poster? Let's go. There she is. I think there's something on the back too. Look at that. 2 different posters. Which poster do you like better? I think I'm a fan of the darker one myself. That's going on the wall. Going on the wall. You're gonna see that in future future videos of me and Troy. Alright, let me take this out. There she is. The Commander. Let's crack this thing open. Yeah, I guess I do know how to play Commander. I just so far have not done it. I know Troy and I will be doing a video soon of our first attempts at it. Maybe even second attempts, you never know. Power of video editing. I'm butchering getting into these cards. Piece by piece, baby. Piece by piece. Oh. Should have known better. Should have known. Okay. Just like a pack of gum. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go through these one by one. Just have ourselves a little look-ski. I'm assuming all the fun Hatsune and Miku ones are in the front. So, actually, what we could do, we could just do this. Put those right there. Save those for last. And we'll look and see what's in this deck. So, this Commander deck is a white-green deck. So we have Angel of Indemnity. There we go. See everything a little bit better. Enters the battlefield. Return target permanent card with mana value 4 or less from the graveyard of the battlefield. Has Encore of 8. Angelic Chorus. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to its toughness. Boon Reflection. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. Crested Sunmare. Other horses you control have indestructible at the beginning of each end step. If you gained life this turn, create a 5/5 white horse creature token. What's this here? Dazzling Theater Prop Room. You may cast either half. The door unlocks. That door unlocks on the battlefield. As a sorcery, you may pay the mana cost of a locked door to unlock it. Okay. Creature spells you cast have Convoke. Untap each creature you control during each other player's untap step. I'm still not completely used to cards that specifically are for Commander. So, Elinda's Hierophant. What's a Vampire Cleric? Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Elinda. When Elinda dies, create X white 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink for X is its power. Very nice. Excavation Technique. Demonstrate. When you cast this spell, you may copy it. If you do, choose an opponent to also copy it. Players may choose new targets for their copies. Destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller creates 2 treasure tokens. Okay. Our Reckoning. Destroy all non-token creatures. Nykthos Paragon. Whenever you gain life, you may put that many +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Do this only once each turn. Ooh, Resplendent Angel. Flying. At the beginning of each end step, if you gained 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. And then you pay 6 mana. Until the end of turn, it gets +2/+2 and gains a life. Silver Quill Lecturer. Creature spells you cast have demonstrate. Soul of Eternity. Soul of Eternity's power and toughness are each equal to your life total. And it has Encore. Speaker of the Heavens. Vigilance Lifelink. Angel. Activate this ability only if you have at least 7 life more than your starting life total, and only any time you could cast a sorcery. Create Pegasus tokens. Voice of the Blessed. When you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. As long as this creature has 4 or more, it has flying and vision. As long as it has 10 or more, it has indestructible. Ooh. Ancient Cornucopia. Whenever you cast a spell that's 1 or more colors, you may gain 1 life for each of that spell's colors. Do this only once each turn. That's hot. You know, I'm actually a big fan of white and lifelink and having as much life as possible. So, all jokes aside about this being Hatsune Miku, this could be a good commander deck for me to run for a while. At least to like get my bearings, you know. Spider. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery, create a spider. Reach. Blossoming Bog Beast. Gain 2 life, then creatures you control gain trample and get +X until end of your turn, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. I can see the purpose of this deck. I can see it. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield, you may pay 2. If you do, that creature's controller creates a token that's a copy of that creature. Huh. Wow. So if I have this out and I put down a non-token creature, I can pay 2 more mana and then I get an exact copy of that creature. That's hot. That is something. Fanatic of Ronus. Ferocious. Eternalize. What does Eternalize do? Exile this card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie snake druid with no mana cost. Eternalize only as a sorcery. Gruff Triplets. Enters the battlefield. If it isn't a token, create 2 tokens that are copies of it. When he dies, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to its power on each creature you control named Gruff. Man, this deck's kind of wild. Healing Technique. Demonstrate. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. You gain life equal to that card's mana value. Exile Healing Technique. Pest Infestation. Destroy up to X target artifacts and or enchantments. Create twice X 1/1 green and black and green pest creature tokens with when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. How you say it? Shamanic? Draw a card for each creature you control. Wow. You gain 4 life for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Camaraderie. You gain X life and draw X cards where X is the number of creatures you control. Creatures you control get +1. Life creatures, powerful army is what this is. That is exactly what this is. Myriad. What is Myriad? Whenever this creature attacks, for each opponent other than the defending player, you may create a token that's a copy of this creature that's tapped and attacking that player or a planeswalker they control. Exile the tokens that enter combat. Whenever Conclave Evangelist deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of it. Okay, so I understand why it has Myriad. That's very cool. Alta and Mavrin. Ooh, that's a 12/12, boy. Ooh, the Vampire Dinosaur. Whenever you attack, choose 1. You can either create a tapped and attacking XX green dinosaur creature token with trample, where X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures, or create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of other. Yeah, okay. Big boy. At the beginning of your upkeep, populate. Hey, is that a unicorn? Or is that just a horse? Oh, it's a unicorn. It says unicorn right there. It's just kind of hard to see because it's like it like I get that's probably its horn. It just looks interesting. Life link at the beginning of each end step. If you gain life this turn, distribute up to that many. Ooh. Mirari's Wake. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana of any type that land produced. What? Okay. Oh. No, yeah. Non-foil. That's like $6.50. Wow. That's a hell of a card. I like that. Risk the Redeemed. Very normal guy. Voice of Resurgence. Whenever an opponent casts a spell during your turn, or when Voice of Resurgence dies, create a green and white elemental creature token with this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control. Very nice. Aether Flux Reservoir. Whenever you cast a spell, you gain 1 life for each spell you've cast this turn. Pay 50 life. It does 50 damage to target creature or player. That's hot. As this artifact enters, pay any amount of life. Create a... Yep. The rest of these lands? No. Oh, we are at some lands. We have a dual land here. Enters the battlefield tapped and lets you control 2 or more basic lands. That's nice. Scavenging Township. Grove of the Guardian. So it's tap to add a colorless, and then it's 5. Tap 2. Untapped creatures you control. Sacrifice Grove of the Guardian. Create an 8/8 green and white elemental creature token with vigilance. Lazotep Quarry. Sacrifice a creature. Add 1 mana of any color. Sacrifice a desert. Exile target creature card with mana value X. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. Activate only as a sorcery. Overgrown Farmland. Restless Prairie. Sungrass Prairie. Whoa. Hey, whoa. So you pay 1 mana of a different color, and then you get... That's a good way to... like, if you have a green, or if you have a white, well, yeah, if you have 1 white mana, you could tap it after this gets put down, and then tap this, and you instantly have a green and a white. Okay, Temple of Plenty enters tapped. Scry 1. Oh, here we go. Sorcery. Count the number of cards in your library. Your life total becomes that number. What? That sounds cool. Holy crap. Like, imagine you just get 8 mana. So on the 8th or 9th turn, or even if you get, like, I don't know, doesn't seem to be like too many fetch in this, but get up to 8 mana real quick, and then all of a sudden you have 80 health. Disgusting. Hey, Johnny's Pride Mate. I know this card. I have that card. Cleric class. If you would gain life, you gain that much life +1 instead. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. When this class becomes level 3, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. You gain life equal to its toughness. Very cool. Congregate. Target player gains 2 life for each creature on the battlefield. That's fantastic for what this is trying to do. Exile target creature. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card. Put that card onto the battlefield, tap and shuffle. Populate. Creatures you control gain indestructible. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain 1 life. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you may have that player lose 1 life. Exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. Oh, Swords to Plowshares. Yeah. Very nice. I'll just swap that out with my Stardew Valley copy. Avison's Pilgrim. Add 1. Explore. You may play an additional land this turn. See, that's what I'm talking about. Farseek. Very nice. I think I also had a copy of Farseek. Land of War Elves. Search your library for a forest. When Prosperous Innkeeper enters, create a treasure token. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. Song of Freyalise. Until your next turn, creatures you control gain that. Add 1 mana and color. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. Destroy artifact or enchantment, then populate. Idol of Oblivion. Draw a card, activate only if you created a token this turn. Sacrifice, create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token. Okay. Actually, that's good. I like that. Skull Clamp. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature dies, draw 2 cards. Soul Ring. Springleaf Drum. Tap an untapped creature you control. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Blossoming Sands. Fetch land. Command Tower. Ray Pelt Refuge enters the battlefield tapped. Kind of a fetch. Gain 2 life. Hey, I know this card. Sapseep Forest. Planet Sanctuary. Seraph Sanctuary. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Hell yeah. Phyrexian Minion. Okay, so are these just tokens? Looks like it. Token. Citizen, Eldrazi. Oh, these are used in this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it's got horse and stuff, yeah. Fanatic of Ronus. Treasure. Best. And we have an artifact at the back here. Huh. We'll just put that at the back of this one, even though we just looked at it. Okay. Now, with all of those out of the way, we can look at the good stuff. Miku, Song of the People. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Populate. Very cool, very cool. Oh. That's just the protector. That's not even a real card. I thought that was a real card. Look at that. Look how thick that is. I really thought that was the real card. That's interesting. I guess they did it just to protect the first one. I guess that explains why the hollow foil, at least like not to my eyes, but on camera, looked like interesting, like very vibrant. Okay, well, we just saw her. Archangel of Tunes. Flying lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. I do like this art. This was one of the ones that was on the poster. Cascade of Song. Artifact. Pay 1 white, untap a tapped creature you control. Create a 1/1 green and white citizen. 2 tap, untap 2 tapped creatures you control, draw a card. 5 mana, tap, untap 15 tapped creatures you control, you win the game. So, this is an artifact. I don't think it can interrupt combat. I was going to say, if you manage to have 15, or you could just do something that would make them tap versus combat. Huh. Grand Crescendo. Create X 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens. Creatures you control gain indestructible. There's the other one. Miku, voice all over. Voice overall. Flying. You, planeswalkers you control, and other creatures you control control have hexproof. And then 6, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Very nice. Song of the World Soul. Whenever you cast a spell, populate. Soul Warden. Whenever another creature enters, you gain 1 life. Breakdown. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Create a junk token. Cultivate. 2 basic lands. Put 1 on the battlefield. Tap the other one. That's very good. Finale of Devastation. Search your library and/or graveyard for a creature card with mana value X or less and put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle. If X is 10 or more, creatures you control get +X and gain haste until end of turn. Dude, I can't wait to play with this. Miku the Complete Performer. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana of any type that land produced. Whenever an opponent taps a land for mana, that land doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Ooh. Bountiful Promenade. This land enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Look at that. Plains. Hatsune Miku with the critters. Oh, you get. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's like that. And the forests. Yep. All the critters again. I like this one better. It's got all the people. I'm assuming those are the people like also in her song group. And then the one we move to the backstage monitor. I didn't realize, I thought maybe it came with just like 1 of these lands a piece. But to get, what is that, 7 a piece? Pretty good. Pretty good. Just put this right back on top there. And there we go. Well, there you have it. There's Hatsune Miku in Commander. Yeah. I can't believe I did this. Oh well. Bye.